All right, a brand new feature that rolled out with GoHighLevel is communities. And before I go into how to grant access to communities, I want to talk a little bit about how to set up a community in GoHighLevel in one of the sub accounts. And in order to do that, let's go to my screen. All right, so here we are. This is one of my sub accounts. This is actually my agency. And as you can see right now, I have 3 communities set up, right? So you would go to membership and then click on communities here. And before I go and talk about creating the group, let me go to the settings here and show you that you can create a subdomain and then you can also map your domain. And in my case, I mapped it where it is community.pro360.academy. And so as you can see here, I'm going to just pull in another screen. As you can see, this is community.pro360, and then this is the ability for anybody that you invite for them to register, also log in to a specific subdomain or domain. Right. So let me go back to groups, and right here I've already created these 3 communities. Um, let's go and create a community and a group, and then you could just give it a name, and then it'll automatically create a slug, and then you can put in your brief description, and then you can also put your favicon, cover image, and logo as well. We're just going to leave it. I've already created it a public group from before, which I archived. Now, as you can see here, and you can inactivate or archive groups that you're not utilizing. So I'm just going to make this active for now, just for demonstration purposes, right? And then I'm going to click on active here. And as you can see right here, there is that public group. Now, let me go in here and show you and log in as the admin of this group. If you click on this gear icon, and here is where you can make this group public, private. If it's private, then people have to either request to join. Now I will show you here. Let me just go here and log in. And let me just log in as myself. And this is already a community that I've already joined. Now let me go to this public group, as you can see here. And if I wanted to join, then I can join the group. Now, if it's public, you'll automatically get into the group. But if it's private, then you will, the administrator or whoever is administrating that group will get an email saying, so-and-so requested to join the group. And then you can either approve or deny that request. Okay, let me just pull this over. And this accessible from switcher means if you remove that check mark, then it will not be visible here on this switcher. So you can click on this, and when somebody joins your community domain, they can see all of the groups that are available unless you remove that check mark, and they will not be able to see it. The only way they would be able to people would join is if you give them a direct link to that specific group. Okay. Now you have subscription here. Now you can add in new a pricing feature for a group if you want to have some sort of a community membership. And you can add pricing where you can have reoccurring or one-time fee and such. Okay. I'm not going to go into the specifics of how to run it and manage it. Today, the main video is how to actually grant people through the automations and how to trigger certain things. That is the main objective of this video. All right. Branding is when you first set the group. You can do it here, or you can when you first set up. And then here is links, promotional links, and not specifically discussing that in this video, but I'm sure that you can utilize this to promote on social media and such. Okay. All right. Now, when people request to join, you can go here, and this is where you'll get, if people request, you can click on here and you'll be able to see people that have requested to join. And then you can also invite people. And once you click on invite and you put their name, email, If you want to give them administrative privileges, you could toggle this on, and once they'll get an invitation, and then once they click on it, they'll automatically join. Let's go to automation. So in this group 25 challenge, one of the things that I've realized is, rather than asking every people that are in this challenge for December, which is right now, I would send them an email, and I can ask them to join, register for the community, and they would basically join the group, and I would approve them because this is a private group. Rather than doing that, what you can do here is as you can see, the 25-day challenge here, December sequence. And what I did here is, after a specific date, so the trigger here is if they submitted to request being part of this month's challenge, and then I would send them a welcome email and so forth. And then at a certain point in here, I would this is when the challenge closes, right? Then I would put in here the exact time that the challenge closes. Then I would grant them access. So in this case, if I'm just going to click in a new action, and we'll put in here group grant group access, and then the group that I would give them access to is the 25-day challenge, December 2023. And once they go through that, everybody in this workflow, which there are now 17, they will all automatically get an email stating that they have gained access to that community. When you go back to this group right here, I'm going to log in. If I click on people, I'm not going to do that because there are people in this community. There, as you can see, 18, including myself. So as you can see in this workflow, there's 17, and then one is me, the owner. If I click on people, everybody will be there listed. Okay, so this is an automatic way that you can grant people community access. And then further down, as when the challenge closes at the end of the month, I have at the end here at the very bottom, we'll do a last week wrap up. And then here is, I will put in here well, this is a email for feedback. So at a certain point, let's just say we're closing it out over here, right? And so we'll put in here group revoke group access, and then for the 25-day challenge, and then we will save this action. And so at this juncture, when after that email goes out, then everybody will be removed from that group, from this group here, and they will no longer have access to this community. Now, the other option, or the other thing that we can utilize, is the ability to make it a trigger rather than a action. These on the bottom is action. So let's just say, for example, if somebody joins a community, let's say whether you invited them, you can have a trigger here where they would, if somebody was granted access, so the filter would be group, and is the 25-day challenge here, right? If somebody was granted, I usually typically like to write here, grant access, then I will just put in here 25-day challenge, December 2023. And then you can potentially write an email, right? So that to welcome those people that have been they gain access to that community. You can send them an email. You can do various actions based on this trigger, right? And the same can be applicable to, let's just say, I'm just gonna delete this, and let's just say the trigger would be group revoked, right? Then the filter would be the group uh, and then the 25-day challenge. And so let's say you removed access to them, um, and you would just send an email to them and saying, hey, thanks for being part of this community or group. Wish you best, and good luck on your endeavor, something like that, right? And so there's so many different options that you can apply this granting access and also revoking access to communities. All right, so as you can see, having communities within GoHighLevel, it's a great feature, one that I think a lot of people will start utilizing. And then also the ability to grant access and revoke access through automations can really save a lot of time and effort that it would normally do trying to approve people and things like that. So it's a great new feature, and I hope this video was helpful. And until the next feature update, see you next time.